Hello, Sagittarius. Finally, I know. Sagittarius is the last one. I'm sure I'll have to mix it up. Maybe next time start with Sagittarius and go backwards or something so that I suppose I understand now why readers never do it in the same order, because then people have to wait. So I don't want Sagittarius to have to wait the longest every month. And I am in a 13 sign paradigm. I am a Sagittarius Sun. So I definitely very much resonate with this sign. And I'm a Sagittarius Moon, which, again, I'm not an astrologer, but likely would, as I mentioned in the Ophiuchus reading, I'm not an astrologer. I don't know how that would affect. Obviously, it would affect your whole chart, I assume. But, for now, I feel like intention is everything, or I know that intention is everything. And so I just set the intention that whoever is meant to hear this reading hears it and gets some deep healing and guidance and growth from it. So at least one nugget of wisdom. So I'm going to start with we're going to do a 9-card grid, which is kind of a past, present, future, but it'll be early June, mid-June, late June. Okay. So I'm asking, this first deck that I'm using is Sacred Rebels. It's beautiful. Lana Fairchild, she's amazing. Amazing deck maker. I was drawn to this because Sagittarius, we are the rebels, aren't we? Fire sign, the really, really motivated, go, go, go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask from this first deck, I'm going to ask for 3 cards, one early June, one mid-June, one late June. As I always say, if you are watching this nowhere near June 2021 and you just happened upon it, then you are meant to hear a message in it, and none of these messages are tied to time or space. So it's all perfect, and just go with the flow, baby. My glasses are sliding down my face. It is Friday evening, y'all. Long week. It is just crazy energies. Absolutely intense. That full moon, I don't know about y'all, that full moon wrecked me. I mean, yikes, right? All right, so let's get these 3. I could shuffle all day long. Let's get these 3 going. Early June, mid-June, late June, please. Spirit, in Sagittarius, highest good, always and only. Good. Ooh, Sag. You get 2 beautiful owls. 2. So early June, number 39. I always say the number in case it resonates with anybody. Also, anything that is a 9 at the end, including 9, to me signifies that you're coming to the end of a cycle. Okay, so free from judgment, free to love. And look at how green it is, very heart chakra. And it's just such a lovely card. I mean, she's just, she's free. Look at her face. She just feels really content and right in her own energy. I mean, she is just glowing from her heart and from her heart chakra. I mean, the green is just emanating. So free from judgment, free to love. What I'm getting is early June, and it could be already going, right? Late May, early June. It is the 28th of May as I'm recording this. And so it could already be starting. So from now until into early June, you are really going to be doing a lot of cleaning house, Sagittarius. That's what I'm feeling. A lot of letting go of things, people, places, things, jobs, beliefs that are no longer vibing with your frequency. Okay. A lot of them, I almost feel like it's a very intentional thing. Like you're going to, like, I see some of you even making a list. Okay. You're actually writing down, okay, this is what I fucking need to let go of right now. And it's going to be people, I see work, I see coworkers that possibly are just really dependent on you. Okay. I don't necessarily see you letting go of the job. Not all of you anyway. Some of you very well may. If you're ready, because I do feel like a lot of you really love your job. It's not insane, right? It's not crazy. A lot of people do love their jobs. And so it's more of, I'm getting warm already. It's more of letting go of not really super strong attachments. It's like attachments, but they're mild. You're like, oh, this is just kind of an annoying thing, person, place, thing, job, belief system. And I can feel that it's not serving me anymore, and you'll be totally ready to let go of it. And so because you have intentionally cleaned house, and maybe you've already done this, so that way now, late May into early June, you're going to come into this beautiful place of just peace and freedom. You will feel more free and light than ever before. Okay. And just in your heart, and always remember, it's a good reminder too, especially in that place, like you're going to naturally just feel better and be nicer to people and, be more loving. But, it's a good reminder too, that's, living from the heart, filtering everything from the heart, every encounter we have, every time we speak, even if it's tough love, right? And I'm a firm believer in that. Some people need to be told off, y'all, but as long as it's coming from your heart, and that's possible, I promise you, it's possible to call them out without humiliating them, without, devastating them, without embarrassing them. It is a possible thing to do that with love. But I do feel like it's a good reminder too, like even when you're not in this beautiful, you're just going to feel amazing. You're just going to feel so free and ready it's going to open up so much for your next step, right? To come in. Because the more we can get stuff out of our energy, that allows more of the good stuff to come in. Okay. And again, intention is everything. So set that intention when you're healing, like, okay, I'm going to get rid of this shit because I want more of the good stuff to come in. And so even when you're not in this place, though, it's very important to remember to filter everything from your heart. Because, this, as beautiful as this is going to be, right? It's not that you're not going to feel good. You will have raised your vibration to a whole new level. Okay. You're going to feel great as your foundation. Your whole foundation is going to be moved up a level. Okay. It's going to be amazing. But remember, even when we're frustrated or whatever, filter everything through your heart. Okay. To keep that. And that helps you to kind of keep that sense of freedom around. Okay. It's not, I mean, if you're going to hold on to something, hold on to freedom, right? Hold on to that bliss and void and stillness and centeredness and just, it's so freeing. So mid-June, you got number 8, which is infinity on its side, right? Be the hunter, not the hunted. Okay. So I feel like there was a reason that I was telling you to make sure you're living from you're doing everything intentionally from your heart space, okay? And not from up here, not from the solar where we have anxiety and anger and fear, not from the root where we're just afraid of not surviving, whatever, it's our survival, our fear of survival. And so be the hunter, not the hunted. Yeah, so you are going to be really, this space is going to really catapult you and allow you to speak your truth a lot more. And you're going to be facing a lot more judgment. And so this is kind of an example I want to use. So, and whatever you feel about the masks, if you choose to wear one, oh my God, great. I love it. Wear one. If you choose not to wear one, I love it. Great. Everyone should have the freedom of choice, right? So what I wanted to say about that as an example that I'm thinking to explain what's coming for you mid-June, Sagittarius, is that, I know people who don't wear a mask. Again, great. But go into like stores that, have the clear signage that say that it's required, even though we won't go into it. But guys, they can't do that. They can't do it. But I'm not going to go I'm not going to go down that route. But because again, whatever you want to do, cover your face, don't cover your face. Just don't stick your tongue in my mouth and don't spit all over. It's common sense. But I have friends who don't wear masks and go into stores with this energy of come at me, bro. Like they want to be hated and glared at and confronted because they need that validation that they're standing up for some invisible freedom. Guys, all the freedom is in here. It's all in here. If that triggers you, you're fucking welcome. Okay. It is all in here. Some external entity cannot give us or take away from us our freedom. Okay. Just expand your thinking for a second. Okay. And go with me on this. So, and guess what? When these people enter stores, guess what? They're glared at. They're confronted. People have whispered in their ears, I hope you die. And they just revel in it. They love it. And then they can go then and tell their groups of friends, oh, well, you're not going to believe what blah, 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 because they're justified in their actions. Because the reality is they do have fear around the whole mask situation. So I will tell you, I have anxiety about covering my face, about not being able to breathe. That clearly, obviously it's something that I'm healing. And so if the signage said, if you believe it hinders your health, which very many places did, I did not wear a mask. I'm talking Walmart. I'm talking my, my health food store had that posted that please wear a mask unless you feel it hinders your health. I was like, thank you, because I do feel it hinders my health. And so I would not wear a mask. But guess what? I went in with the energy of, I just want to get in, get my groceries and get out. I'm not doing it to upset anyone. I'm not doing it to piss anybody off. I'm not doing it to be some sort of activist. That's not, you guys, and activists are wonderful. Oh my God, they've brought about a lot of change in our history, okay, around the world. It's just not my mission in this life. I've been the one standing on a back of, the bed of a truck and screaming and throwing my bra into the fire. I have been. And I didn't choose that this time. Okay. I'm more behind the scenes. I'm more of a bringing more maternal love, more calm to a situation. I'm the calm in the storm this time. Okay. Versus the storm. And so if you resonate with that, that's wonderful. Again, the storms, oh my gosh, I have so much love and respect for them too. It's a tough mission. No matter what you choose, we all have our challenges. But again, it's just not my mission to trigger people that intentionally. The way I trigger people is more just by spreading my truth, right? Just by speaking from my heart. And so just be aware of when you do things where you're coming from. If it's coming from your heart, then you're not going to have somebody whispering in your ear, I hope you die. It just is not, the energy would not allow it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so the reason I bring that up, and again, mask, no mask, it really doesn't matter, you guys. All of our freedom is in here. Okay. All of it. And once we realize that, they already have no power over us. And I really want you to hear me say that again. They have no power over us. Zip, zero, none. Okay. So, again, just expand your thinking. I can feel all this energy coming at me like, oh, but if you break the law, well, don't break the law. Like it's a fine line, right? It's a fine line. There are a lot of bad laws, but again, don't go and break a law from the energy of fuck them. I'm going to go break this law because they suck. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's all about your intention and where you're coming from. Okay. You guys, activism has brought about change in the past. It is not going to be enough this time. We have to bring love. And trust me, I am not one of those that I went through that phase. All of us have where, no, I'm going to be all love and light and I'm just going to radiate and I'm just going to love everybody and I'm never going to be upset or trigger anybody or upset anybody else. You guys, that is a short-lived phase. You can't exist there very long, not in this reality. Okay. And so I'm telling you, I'm not one of those that's like, don't ever be harsh with anybody. Oh my gosh. I tell people to go fuck themselves regularly, okay? When they need to hear it. But guess what? It's from here. Believe it or not, it's from here. I examine it. I'm like, okay, what do they need to hear? What will be the only thing when you're being attacked, usually verbally, usually on social media? I tune into my heart and I say, well, what is the strongest thing I can say that will still be from love? What do they need to hear in order to get this message? And sometimes it is they need to hear, get the fuck off my page. And I've done it. Okay. That's the Sag in me, right? That's the fire. So anyway, the heart, coming from the heart is huge. Again, be the hunter, not the hunted. And, that can be viewed, that can be perceived in a few different, can you see the owl? in a few different ways. It's a beautiful owl. And do you see the flower of life in like photons? It's like a connect the dots photons just shining on him. He's so beautiful. Look at him. What this is coming through as is, follow your own path, be steadfast, be intentional. Do not worry about other people's paths, right? What do they say? Other people's opinions of you are none of your business, right? Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. And don't travel your path with an energy of, oh, wait till they see this, or I can't wait for them to see this because I really want them to see this because I want it to hurt, right? Let me show this. They say the best revenge is to have a good life, right? You're never going to have a good life if you always have that revenge energy in your energy field as that foundation. You know what? Fuck them. I'm going to have a good life. And I hope every second, and then every second you're thinking, oh, I hope that they're seething. You're not going to get a good life from that. I promise you. That is not going to get you there. Okay. That's not going to, because then you have this attachment to them where you're still wondering how they're reacting to everything you do. Okay. And that's not healthy for either one of you. First of all, cut those cords. Let these people go. Stop fucking worrying about what they're doing. They got their own shit, okay? And they have, chances are, if they're very much more in 3D than you are, they got a lot to go through yet. Have compassion. And you're going to see these people make huge turnarounds, okay? We're talking 180s overnight where they're going to be coming to you and going, oh my God, I see this now. And the last thing I want you to do, Sagittarius, this is your mother speaking. The last thing I want you to do is go, I told you so. Why didn't you listen? That's the wrong energy. Is that from the heart? No. Sorry, this is turning into like a very tough love kind of scolding session, but it's because I'm feeling your energy, right? I get it. You're fire. You have a fire under your butt and you know what you want to do. Let go of everybody else first. Okay. You're going to be letting go and really sitting in this space. But what's coming through is what I kept hearing was, Wendy, just keep reminding them to go in their heart, go in their heart, go in their heart, go in the heart. Because June, I will tell you right now, you're the last sign I'm doing, guys. Every other sign got huge, major fucking transformation. I can't even tell you, just mind-blowing transformation. If you're curious, watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Okay, this is the last one. They're all up now, including Ophiuchus. If you resonate with that sign at all, with having a 13th, even if you wouldn't be an Ophiuchus sun sign, but you love the idea of a 13 zodiac paradigm, or, reality, then there might be something in the Ophiuchus reading for you. Okay. Because think about it this way, if it does become reincorporated, if it's meant to be reincorporated and it changes everybody's charts, you may have a lot of Ophiuchus in your chart. You may be a moon, rising, Venus, Ophiuchus. Okay. So I just wanted to mention that. So watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for sure. But what else do I want to say about this? So the be the hunter, not the hunted, is be in the energy of searching for what you came here to search for. And stop worrying about other people, and they won't be after you. They won't be always, and you need to cut cords. That's super important. I have a cord cutting. I might, if I think of it, I'll try to link it. I have another channel, you guys, Parenting Through Ascension. If you have kids, all kids are starseeds. Every single one of them, especially if they're under 18. Actually, under 20, excuse me. My 20-year-old is starseed. I'm pretty sure it's 2000 on. If they were born in 2000 on, they're starseeds for shizzle. There's no exceptions. Okay. None. And so if you're a parent of any children under 20, a parent at all, honestly, go check out my channel. And I have a couple of cord cutting meditations on there where you just press play. You don't even have to watch. Cause it's not, I think I even put like just a picture up. There's nothing to watch. Just press play and meditate and listen. Okay. And it helps you cut cords because you need some cords cut. That's what I'm getting big time. And this is going to be evident in early June. Yeah. But sometime in the first week of June, you're going to be like, whoa, I really care way too much what this person thinks of me. But it's not like a approval thing. It's more like you need their disapproval. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is huge right now in the energy collectively. It's like people are going out of their way so that other people openly disapprove of them so that they can attack. And then they feel justified, right? Because then they're just defending themselves. When they did the thing in the first place with the energy of, come on, come on, come on. trying to drive the attackers out of the woodwork, right? So Sag, come on, rein it back. You are really, really super powerful and magical. Okay. You're going to start a lot of fires that you don't intend to start if you don't become more aware of how powerful you are and how you need to be shifting that consciousness, put everything down into your heart chakra. Okay. Before you respond, before you do anything on social media, swallow big. I like to swallow, and it's a physical thing, but it helps you. Like, imagine, so if you swallow, right? And then imagine as you're swallowing, everything that's up here in your monkey brain, right? Your monkey mind, the busy place, goes down into your heart. I imagine it going down with the swallow. It's just a quick physical thing that helps me move down into my heart when I realize that I'm trapped in a loop up here. Okay. So be the hunter, not the hunted, for whatever reason that I know it's not super, you may not think, oh, that's not what that means. That's what this means for you, Sagittarius, I promise you, is stop doing things seeking disapproval from people so that you feel justified in lashing out. Okay. That is coming from a negative place. And again, if you cut cords, it's going to help a lot because you care too much about what these other people are doing, but you know what you want to do in your heart. And so you're trying to break free and follow that. But because of the attachments with these people, you're like, well, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do this from this negative energy. And I'm never going to really truly break out of it. I'm telling you, if you can break out of that energy and really do things from your heart, from your heart, look at the back of these cards. They're gorgeous, by the way. Beautiful. Always be in your heart. Okay. Then you're going to really be able to break through and move forward, and you won't give a shit what these other people think. Okay. So I'm going to keep going because we don't want, and look at this. So this is your mid-June. And I'm just really warm. I always get a little overheated, you guys, when I'm super tuned in and, menopause, but whatever. So look at this beautiful guy. And then you got this for late June. Lovely. And I almost feel like, just go with me here, but he's really soft, like the painting itself, the artwork, the artist's hand is very soft here. This is more defined, more clear, more solid, right? So that's a good message. 23, defend to the end the worthwhile. This is perfect, piggybacking on what I've been talking about here, because you're going to realize the things that you have thought were worth fighting for are old energy, that fighting is no longer going to be effective, okay, to attain this next level. Like I've been telling people for a long time, and I get it. It's not everybody's there, but we were in this warrior spirit for a long time. I was right there with you. I was told months ago now, 6 months at least, by Archangel Michael, who is my constant guide. He's right here. He's always got a hand on my shoulder, to put down my sword. Okay. And I get it. I have more, like I said, I have more of a background role right now. I do see myself, doing more, hopefully doing more like speaking and teaching. But for right now, I'm kind of a soft warrior, if you will. Okay. And only in the sense that I am, and it's not even a fighting. I don't even want to say fighting, but I am persevering on my path. Okay. That's the warrior spirit and energy that I have embodied now. I was fight. It's exhausting, you guys. And I would fall into the whole conspiracy theory thing. And again, conspiracy theorists are, so much of that has come true now. We need to let go of that label, because conspiracy theorists are now, we're realizing, okay, all of that was true. Maybe not every single one, right? Not every single one. I'm still definitely hesitant about the flat earthers. That's a whole different world for me. See what I did there? Not even intentional, you guys. The gold just flows sometimes all by itself. But anyway, that is a whole different reality for me, is that flat earth stuff. But look at the world today. It's like, there really is no such thing as a conspiracy theorist anymore, because everything is upside down and inside out and backwards and forwards. And we don't know our heads from our asses right now. We don't know what's true and what's not. We don't know if there has been corruption in this past election or every single election since George Washington. We don't know anything right now. We will. And I'm telling you, by the time we find out the truth about a lot of these things, we're not going to care anymore. Okay. Like, here's my thing. If you found out for sure, if they came out and said for absolutely positively sure that Lyndon B. Johnson spearheaded JFK being murdered so he could become president, honestly, how much would it affect your life right now? Would it really affect you in a big way? Yeah, it's going to change the history books, and it's going to change things for those families that are still going, right? They're the ancestors or the descendants, but it's not going to affect my life in any way. I'm telling you that. What if they came out and said, oh, we have proof that Jesus and Mary Magdalene were married and they had kids? Beautiful. That's going to be huge, right? For a lot of people who have followed that storyline. But again, is it really going to change your life in any way? Like, great. Like, I already believe that. So when they come out, I'll just be, okay, cool, great. So, switch the channel. Cool. Finally, they've caught up with me. And I never thought of myself as a conspiracy theorist until I realized that's where I was living, right? But it was because you start to see kind of doorways open and new things open, and you're like, what is this? And you go down a lot of rabbit holes that don't go anywhere. Okay. So anyway, what I'm seeing for you, Sagittarius, I've got way off track and I apologize, but you know what? I don't necessarily worry about that anymore because I know that something in there, somebody who's listening needed to hear. Okay. So I never feel like I'm going off on tangents because somebody needed to hear it. And they will be pulled to watch this reading because of that little sidebar, right? So we're coming off of the energy of focus on your own path, stop worrying about other people, and live from your heart. And we're going to remind you the whole way through, live from your heart. This is not just now into early June. This is kind of your theme right now, Sagittarius, of everything. So defend to the end the worthwhile. So that's why we got on that tangent, right? You are going to have, so this beautiful owl is going to come in and actually be a very present guide for you. Owls represent wisdom, ancient wisdom. They are guides for light workers who are very old souls. So if you're watching this, chances are you are really, really tired because your soul has been through so many incarnations and you have actually assisted in a lot of ascensions before. Chances are you have already done this with your soul from 3D to 5D, and you just came back to help this time, okay? And so really what this owl is helping you do is remember who you are and what you came in here to do. And you're going to realize that the things that you used to think you would fight to the death for just aren't even really a thing. They're an illusion, okay? The only thing we should be defending is our inner freedom, is our sovereignty. And that's not even a defend because that's even a very conflictive, it's a very warlike word. It makes you think of, okay, there's an attacker and you have to defend. But really what we're doing is standing in our sovereignty so that any would-be attackers are just completely dispelled. They just don't even exist. Okay. Again, it's part of this energy of, don't stand up for your rights. Don't stand up for something that you believe in. Coming from an energy of, I can't fucking wait for their response, again, of disapproval from somebody. Okay, that's huge. That's going to be the title of this. Don't stand, if I can fit it all, don't stand, how many words is that? Don't stand up for what you believe in, looking for disapproval. I hope that's not too long. But anyway, so I want you to notice, it looks like she's been crying. It's like mascara running. That is purging. That is the old stuff purging, coming out of the eyes. You used to see things very differently. This is all that old stuff coming out, and you're going to be seeing, this is your third eye. This is your guide, your third eye. You're going to be seeing things not just through your heart, but through this ancient wisdom that is you. This isn't an external thing coming down. This is a beautiful, owl guide for you, but it really is your intuition. This is representing your highest self that you have the ability to tune into right now. Okay. So as long as you keep moving, Sagittarius, I don't want you to worry. I know that you're in that warrior spirit and I applaud you. I mean, you're beautiful and you have done a lot of amazing things with that energy. It's time to shift now. It's time to shift more to love. Don't roll your eyes at me. You know who you are. And so, because end of June, early July, this is where you're going to find yourself, is more tuning into your intuition, your highest self, and really intentionally asking, okay, how can I best handle this situation? Because you're going to have people who are still programmed to come at you. Even when you kind of cut cords or whatever, they still have some of their own healing to do. And you're not even going to really notice them. I mean, you're going to notice them, but it's going to be like not really going to trigger you, maybe a tiny bit. And you'll be like, oh, I forgot that's old stuff. Like, I don't really need you in my life anymore, but they're going to still try to come at you. And so you may still have situations where you have confrontation and you just need to tune in. First of all, go in your heart, swallow that consciousness down into your heart from the monkey mind, because that's the chaos. We don't want responses and we don't want behaviors and we don't want you to live your life from that chaos, okay? From the monkey throwing his poop at the wall, right? We don't want that. We want you to live your life tuned into your highest self, your clarity, your divine, unlimited wisdom from this ancient self coming through, okay? And it's coming down, like it's, look at it, like it's totally sitting on her head. Like, I'm here now. You're not getting rid of me. And she doesn't seem to mind. It's helping. It's definitely pushing. I do feel like the more you can do this, well, definitely the more you can do this, the more it's going to force purging, force growth, force things to come out. Okay. And force you to really, you won't even want to be anywhere but in your heart. Okay, which is really huge. And so this is all the purging of the old. And I love how it's even black and white. It's just very like, this is kind of a black and white idea, right? Like, tune into the highest, to your highest self, and you will grow. That's as simple as I can put it. If you continue to ask for guidance, to ask to tune in to your higher self, your intuition, your highest self, which I like to do now. It was higher self used to be the shiznit, right? And now I'm just like, just give me my highest, because my higher self, I feel like I've already embodied, like I can talk to her still, but we're already one. And so, she's already me, I'm already her. And so now I say, hey, I'd like access to my highest self, please, that I can access in this physical body to help guide me through this situation or help guide me to the next step on my path. The more you do that, the more you're like, I need to change. Just realize that you need to change the way you're reacting, responding. You need to change the way you're living your day-to-day life in some ways, okay? And you're going to know what needs to be changed. But, it's that, well, seriously, it's like all these cliches coming to me. But, what is the definition of insanity is doing what you do, doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. Like we've all lived in that reality because we didn't know what else to do. We couldn't see past the end of our own noses, right? We couldn't, all these cliches, Sagittarius, you're doing it to me. I'm tuned into Sagittarius. And yes, I am one. And so defend to the end the worthwhile. Defend to the end love. That is all that is worthwhile. Love, freedom, allowing everyone to live their lives the way they want to live them, as long as they're not hurting themselves or anyone else, right? We need to let go of needing approval or disapproval. It doesn't matter. We need to let go of all of it. Okay. And you're going to be cutting the cords and getting to this beautiful place where you're just a lot more centered and balanced and solid. And, you feel more you, even though this looks kind of crazy, you are going to feel more you than ever before. And it's going to be amazing. Okay. Let's get some expansion on these. And I'm on my yoga ball and I'm just hot. All right. Let me get a clarification and expansion. An expanded message on this early June, this free from judgment, free to love, please. In the highest good of Sagittarius, always and only, of anyone who feels called to watch this message. Let's see. Ooh, 13, which is divine feminine. Beautiful, beautiful number. 13. We've been talking about the 13 zodiacs, right? I do feel like you need Sag. If you're feeling pulled at all to that Ophiuchus reading, do it. Listen to it, okay? Power of attraction. This is definitely a divine union, definitely a divine partnership that is coming in. Once you realize that you need to actively and intentionally live more from your heart, okay? That is going to open up the pathway for your divine partner to come in. Now, if you're already in a divine union and you're super happy and you want this person for forever and ever, then it's just going to deepen that. It's just going to deepen it to a whole new level. You're going to feel attracted and pulled to them even more. Okay. That's what living from your heart can do for you. When you're always the monkey throwing his poop, throwing his shit all over the wall, then you don't let anybody in. And you're always complaining and you're always cranky and you're always headaches. I imagine you've been getting headaches. And so all you have to do is swallow that consciousness down to your heart. Imagine it going into your heart. Imagine a little scene like, do this with me right now, Sagittarius. Okay. I want you to close your eyes and just imagine, first of all, shift your consciousness. Imagine it going down in the elevator from your mind, down past your nose and your mouth, down your throat and down through your higher heart and into your heart space. Okay. And come out of the elevator and see what you see. Okay, what is your ultimate sanctuary? That's what your heart space should be for you. Okay, you should want to be there 24/7. It should be the most beautiful place that you could ever imagine, whatever that is for you. For me, it's this beautiful little cottage in a beautiful little wood where I have a stream that goes into a river. I can see mountains. I can see there's just trees everywhere. It's just this pristine kind of nature setting for me. For you, it might be something totally different, but come out of that elevator and see what you see and just set the intention. Okay, show me, ask this beautiful, ancient, wise you, show me my happy place. And that is your heart space. So whenever you are in doubt, imagine that space and it'll instantly take you to your heart. Okay. And you will be surprised how other people respond to you. And you will be surprised if you are not in a divine partnership right now, how quickly someone comes in. Okay. And they'll say, well, I just was pulled to this or pulled to that, or it just was this. It's going to be kind of this crazy story. Like, wow, like how did this even happen? Because you raised your frequency. And this is not just a mild, when you start living from your heart, every time you do it, you're going to step up to the next step on the ladder. It's an amazing way to raise your frequency. All right. And it's not as hard as you think, Sag, I promise. I can't even tell you how far I've come. I used to be a most people now, when I tell them, they're like, no, I don't believe that. And even people that I knew like 10 years ago or whatever, like, oh no, you were always so nice. Was I though? I was a bitch, you guys. I was negative. I was obese. I was in a very, very bad place and I was not a nice person. Okay. I'm just going to be honest with you. I had my awakening 8 years ago this month in May of 2021. I began awakening and I am a totally, totally different person. I don't even know who that person was. She was hiding in a fat suit and she was trying to stay small so she didn't have to claim her mission because she knew it was going to be hard. And it is, but now I'm so grateful and it's so worth it. Okay. Just remember, it's all worth it, Sagittarius. All right, let's get a clarification and expansion on this number 8 on this beautiful owl with the flower of life. Talking about travel your path unencumbered, basically is what it is. I say, stop worrying about people disapproving or approving, but really it's about you being free. Like these two really flow into each other very well. Free from judgment, free to love. You really want to just be free on your path. And when you let go of caring about what other people think every step you take, it is so freeing, Sagittarius. I can't even tell you. All right, let's get some clarification on this. Mid-June, please. In the highest good of all who watch this. Oh, and this is crazy because this kept falling out of the deck when I was shuffling. It's a very water energy. Okay, I know you're fire. I feel like this is coming in to kind of help dampen that over. We don't want a supernova, right, Sagittarius? Remember I said time to pull it back a little bit because you're starting fires you don't want to start. You're starting fires you can't put out, okay, that are going to do damage that then you're creating karma is what I'm saying. When you act from the monkey mind and not the heart and neglect your heart, right? So look at her. She's got seahorses above her third eye. She's got seahorses for earrings. You can clearly see she's under the water. She's a beautiful, she always comes through to me as, and you got 11, 11 and 13 in the same reading is pretty magical. 11 is a very angelic number, talking about very angelic guides coming through. So even though she's not coming through as an angel, that's a totally separate message. Diving for light. So this goes really well with this, because if you think about it, first of all, they have kind of the same color family outlining the card, right? That kind of greeny brown. But and the very similar color scheme too on the cards. It's the same deck. And so they're not all like this. So what I like about it is it really does kind of progress from here, right? From, just stick to your path. We're going to cut cords. We're going to let go of people. We're going to let go of that need to be disapproved of so that you're justified in lashing out, right? Diving for light. So what this means to me is when you start living more from your heart. Okay, raw truth time, Sagittarius. When you start living more from your heart and you start responding versus reacting, and you start raising your frequency, and you start cutting cords, and it's not always going to feel good. Because when you begin the process, when you finally say, okay, I'm ready, and you crack yourself open, and I'm sure you already have, but I'm talking every time you read, like you're hitting if you play Mario Kart, those arrow thingies that blink when you're driving, and if you hit them, you get launched even faster. You're coming up on one of those, okay? So just remember that the more you raise your frequency, the more sped up it's going to feel, okay? Right now, this is not a forever thing, right? We're actually going to get to a place where we're going to be so really, really we won't be able to not see what's going on in our energy. We will know ourselves so well that it's not going to feel like we're on fast forward. We're going to be able to be in the moment. We are getting to that, I promise. Maybe not in June of, the next 5 years or whatever. We're getting there, I promise. We're getting there. And it's getting better. Overall, it's getting so much better. It's like these kind of big chunks, right? It's not like every day. It's a 2 steps forward, 1.9 steps back, right? Sagittarius, I know how you feel. But what I'm seeing is that, as you do all this, it's going to open up deeper and darker places for you to heal. Okay. So you literally are going to be, as you heal your basement, as you dive down into the deepest parts of the ocean where it's black, where humans can't see anything, right? Where the creatures literally that live there don't develop eyes because they can't see anything anyway. That's where you're going to find your light. Because as you clear away all this stuff, you're shining the light on the darkness in your shadows. You're making space for more light to come in. And it's really making space for your soul, which is centered in your heart. If you want to, I see my soul in my heart, and I like that. I know the soul is everywhere in the body, right? And a lot of people even say we're not souls in a body, we're bodies in a soul. So whichever one resonates with you, right? But it allows your soul to expand more within your physical body. And sometimes that hurts a little bit. I know it shouldn't. Believe me, you guys, I'm right there with you. Like, WTF, universe? Why? But we signed up for this. We agreed to this. And again, it's gonna be worth it, I promise. And so she's just so put together too, right? Like, don't worry, you have guides who are going to support you through all of this. But I do feel in mid-June, there's going to be some darkness coming up that you are going to get to face and confront and shine the light on and embrace and love and heal. Okay. Again, if you are already kind of in the practice of, okay, I realize I reacted, I'm going to try to respond. The next encounter I have, I'm going to get it down in my heart. If you're already more aware of when you're not doing this and you're doing it more intentionally, then you are going to get through this stage much easier. Okay. The more we resist, the more it hurts. I mean, that's just the plain truth. I don't even care how bad that sounds, but because the reality is we are all ascending. You can hold on for dear life and it's going to hurt like hell. Or you can surrender and let the process come to you and know that you have support and know that, again, 11, angelic, you have a ton of support during this time. We can call it a tower moment. I don't necessarily love that term. I feel like it's scary for people because this doesn't have to be scary. Whatever you're going to be facing is going to be something that you know has been coming, and you're going to be able to face it. Think of it this way. You're going to be able to, and I use this analogy a lot because I feel like that's where a lot of us are at right now. Every time we heal a shadow, imagine that you are Luke. And if you haven't seen Star Wars, first of all, what the hell are you doing on this planet? I don't know. I do know people who don't care for those movies, but chances are you've seen Star Wars. That scene in is it the second movie or the third? I don't remember. I don't have it all. It's all one big saga for me. But I am a Star Wars nerd and a Trekkie. And so that scene where he's on the swamp planet with Yoda, and he has to go into the cave to face his deepest fear, his darkest fear. So he goes in with his lightsaber. And do you remember what Yoda says? Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. I forget. I can't hear you. Yoda says, you're not going to need that. And Luke looks at him and smirks and takes it anyway. And then realizes that all he has slain, when he sees Darth Vader comes at him and he's like, what the hell are you doing here? And he cuts his head off. And then when it hits the ground, it's Luke. It's himself. All he needed to do was confront his own darkness, his own shadow. He didn't need to murder it. He didn't need to decapitate it. So think of it this way. You are no longer going into the cave with a lightsaber because you understand now that you don't need it. It's useless because it's you're going to be facing in there. Nobody else. It's just you. It's whatever you have been holding on to, possibly a soul fragment. If that is true, if that kind of piques your interest, if that resonates with you, seek out a past life healer, QHHT, BQH. There are many resources online. I do Akashic records, past life healing as well. That's an option. Seek out somebody who does that. If you don't know anybody, please, contact me. It's a beautiful process, and it's an amazing modality to be able to heal a life where you picked up something that you carried into every single life. If you can find the core life and look at it and love it and forgive it and heal it and bring that peace that you left there back into your heart as part of your soul, then it heals it for every single life. And it's just an amazing surge of energy and you go up like 10 levels versus one at a time. It's not skipping. It's just literally going up 10 levels all at once. And so it's amazing. But yeah, I do feel like it's just not going to be, I don't want you to be scared of anything. So just kind of what I'm getting at. It's like, I'm really trying to use words that make it all okay, because I'm very maternal and I want to just hold everybody and make everything okay. But it's really what you need to know is that you're going to go through this. Yes, you can't avoid it. Sorry. And remember, I'm talking to myself too. I resonate as a Sagittarius Sun. And I know this is coming. I knew this was coming. But I wasn't even, when I do these readings, I set the intention to resonate with as many people as possible who are called to listen. And I set all my own stuff aside. So I'm not even reading for myself yet. This is perfect when I think about it. And so just know that you are so guided and protected that they're going to carry you through. Okay. They're going to make sure you get through this unscathed and you're going to come out the other side. Remember, this is the end of June. Just really in your power, you guys. Look at this, Sagittarius. Like this is, yes, you may still be grieving. You may still be purging and releasing a lot of whatever, this is you diving in really deep, whatever is happening. But that this guide is this you, this highest you, this infinite wisdom, this ancient soul, this, it's just like an ancient guide, but it's you. Like I'm seeing guide, ancient guide, I'm hearing ancient guide, but then I hear intuition. It's really just you tuning into more of your direct connection to the cosmos, okay? To the all that is, okay? So let's get a clarification for the end of June into July and see what comes up. You have a lot of green too. When I look at the whole spread, the 5 cards that we have out so far, does this also has a lot of green in it? More heart energy, you guys. More really sit in that heart, really live there. Again, create that sanctuary, visualize that sanctuary. And instantly when you think of that sanctuary, you will be there. You'll be in your heart space. Just makes life a lot easier. It's really helped me out. Okay, so we're going to get a clarification on the end of June, early July. The defend to the end, the worthwhile, this beautiful, ancient, wise soul coming through for you. It's really just you connecting to you, you guys. Bring it into form. Look at that. Seriously, this is a dude running in the rain. Could be a girl, but it looks like man. Looks very masculine to me, but it doesn't matter. 41, bring it into form. So on the heels, oh, you guys, they don't stop. On the heels of this one, it's perfect. So let me just, give me a sec. So the purging, you're stepping into your own. Yeah. So as you step into, I mean, this is just a natural progression. As you tune into more of you and feel more of you, and you're going to feel, I feel like too, the colors of this, the fact that it isn't very colorful is a positive thing. It's really telling you that you're going to be less all over the place with your emotions. Okay. Less erratic, more controlled, although I don't like that word, but you know what I mean? More even keel, more knowing who you are, less triggered, all of that stuff. That is when you are able to really manifest big changes in your life. It's going to be just enormous. It's going to be like these huge changes. I feel like I just heard too, for a few of you, it's going to be a change that you maybe thought could never happen. There's a dog having a sneezing fit and the kids are laughing at him. It's probably, that's funny. Goodness. Is she okay? I know, I can hear her. Her dog, husky shepherd, 2-year-old, having a sneezing fit. She must have gotten some grass up in her nose or something. And the 10-year-olds are just giggling at her. I love this too. I want you to notice, I don't know why this is popping out at me, but see these little spirals? These represent the Fibonacci, sacred geometry, the perfection of the universe. And it's huge to really be connected to that kind of purity, that kind of raw energy, right? With there's no dust bunnies here. It's all just photons and sacred geometry that you're tuning into, that you're stepping in a good way, that you're connecting to. Through Gaia, maybe even. I mean, this, to take it literally, it could be, if you can walk outside barefoot in Gaia, you're going to be able to receive some of these codes and really connect to this raw, pure energy. But it's also going to really allow you to bring big change into your life. And it's just a natural progression of being more of you, being more connected to you, being more connected to the cosmos. Having less baggage, having less cords, having less attachments, right? It's just natural that you are going to be bringing all these codes, all this beautiful magic that you brought to the world to be a change maker, to make the world a better place for everyone else. What is something we all dream of? We just want the world to work for everyone, right? Not just a few people, not even just 99%. I want the world to work for 100% of the people who walk this earth, right? We all want that. And so by bringing your magic into the physical, into form, using this sacred geometry and these are they're fireflies, but I always see them as kind of photons. It's like everything is made up of energy at its tiniest bit is a photon. And that's light. That's literally a point of light. Okay. That you are, you're connecting, and it's like the void. It's like when you go into the void, that's what you're connecting to. Okay. The stillness within you. You're going to be manifesting big time. Okay. So I want to keep going. Sorry. I'm going to get just some messages from the guides from this deck. It was upside down. Sacred Traveler. And we'll go quick so I don't keep you too much longer. So let me get a message from the guides for Sagittarius, please, for early June, mid-June, and late June in their highest good, always and only. Whoever may listen to these messages in their highest good. And so it is. And I'm just going to go for it, you guys. Woo. All right. So the first row, early June, solitude. In silence, peace prevails. Hello. You're going to be going inward early June. You're going to be having a lot of downtime, and that's going to open a pathway for a divine partner to come through. Okay. And this doesn't always have to be, not everybody's looking for a romantic partner. There are people on this earth who just do not require that. Okay. And so it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. If you really need a business partner who just has the same dream as you, right? Then that's what's coming through. It's whatever you need, okay, to fulfill your mission. And so definitely in silence, peace prevails. What I will tell you is, because I'm thinking of my own life and I'm actually going away the first week of June for some solitude. I was not even thinking about that when I pulled this card, I promise. Taking a solo trip and going to do a lot of healing and purging. I'm going to be going, really deep into my heart space. And allowing just soul family is kind of what I'm intending to come through. Okay. So just connections, deep connections, and really solitude. Make time to be alone in early June. Okay. As much as you can, Sag. Make time to be alone, make time. And you know what? I get it. I'm a mom. Locking yourself in the bathroom sometimes is all you get, then do it. And don't feel guilty about it. If you have little ones and need to get a babysitter, do it. Okay. Do it. So you can get away, so you can do something. Because putting kids in the stroller and going for a walk is not alone time. All right, it's not. Doesn't count. Okay, mid-June. After this, just this card is there's so much energy here, you guys. A lot is going to happen, okay? Wow, like it's just this flower of life. It's like this is transformation for you big time. When you can let go of all this, this kind of need for disapproval. That's huge coming through for your Sag, whoever's watching this. And so coming on the heels of that, and then the really digging deep and healing a lot and finding more of your light as you shine light on your shadows, on your deepest shadows. This is speaking to, so this is what you got in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. And I think that's a beautiful piggyback on this, where I was telling you, don't be afraid of this. Don't worry about this. 11 is your angel guides coming in to hold you during this. Do you guys remember the old, whether you're Christian or not, I think everybody kind of was moved by that old poem called Footprints about Jesus, where, why are there only one set? Well, that's when he carried you. I cannot even think about that poem without tearing up, you guys. I'm not a Christian in the old definition. I love Jesus Christ. I love Yeshua. I love the Christ consciousness. That is the whole point of this ascension, is bringing the Christ consciousness back to the world, because it's pure heart, pure unconditional love and compassion. That's what he was. He embodied that. He and Mary Magdalene together as a divine couple. Okay, I want to make that clear. Anyway, so yeah, coming on the heels of this, where you're really going deep, it's a good reminder that you are, this process is ebb and flow. And sometimes we feel like we're being beaten up by the current, right? So you want to surrender as much as you possibly can and know that everything is happening in your highest good. The more you can surrender, the smoother you'll get through this phase, okay? And again, I don't want you to worry, because it's never, it's never as scary as we build it up in our heads to be, right? Our shadows are never as terrifying. It's like, oh, that's what you were? Like, that's crazy. Okay, next. Defend to the end the worthwhile. Just stepping into you. Like the picture, I love that. I do love that, but it's just kind of very, it does speak to kind of the old energy that we're letting go of, the warrior, the warlike, the have to make war, the cycle we've been in, the war, peace, war, peace, war, peace. We're coming out of that. We're going to be in strictly peace, okay? In the near future, not tomorrow, but we're getting there. That's what we're working toward. And so defend to the end, or stepping into your own power, right? Really knowing who you are, manifesting like crazy. And guess what? Really owning the fact that you are a magical goddess or God, whatever you resonate with. You are a magical healer. Now, whether you're actively like an energy healer or a past life healer or any of that, you don't have to be any of those things. Okay. If you are listening to this message, then you came here to help heal the world and help humanity move to the next level of their evolution. Okay. Owning your big part in that. You have a bigger part in it than you think. I'm getting that huge, Sagittarius, as you are more important and more magical than you have let yourself believe, okay? Healing energy flows through you. Like you are not only healing yourself, but you are going to emanate this healing energy for other people. And I have to tell you what that looks like in reality is you're going to be triggering people left and right. Sorry, not sorry. Get used to it, okay? Because that's part of your job. But look at this. Another owl. You got so many owls, Sag. Way to go. Like, seriously, look how fucking epic you are. Even the men, just tune into this magic. It doesn't have to be the feminine part, right? I mean, this is divine feminine, healing, healing others. Yes, it's active, but it really is because of the nature of where healing comes from. It comes from the heart. It's a very feminine energy to me, is all I'm trying to say, right? This part of you that you're owning. End of June, early July is a very divine feminine energy. You have guides always with you. You are never alone. They're not going to let you fuck this up. They're not going to let you fail. They're not going to let you give up. They're not going to let you go backwards. They might let you curl up in the fetal position and suck your thumb for a little bit on your path, but then they're going to let you know when it's time to get up and put your big girl panties on, okay? This is not, nobody promised that this was going to be a cakewalk, right? But I will tell you, you're going to get better and better at it. And the more you heal, the more you face your shadows and realize that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, then when you feel the next thing coming, this is where I'm at. And it's very exciting. That's why I want to share it with you. When you feel, okay, like I am a mess. I feel like a kettle about to lately. So I know this week away, I get to go Monday. I know this in a few days, this early June, where, Sag, I'm going to be learning to live more from my heart. But I know that I am going to be able to purge a lot, i.e. cry my brains out, right? And, maybe even make weird noises, scream and yell and whatever I need to do. And I'm in the energy now when I feel these things coming of, yes, like, let's fucking do this. Like, I'm so excited about it because I know on the other side of all of this, like by the end of June, early July, hello. Look how beautiful you are. Look how beautiful I am. This is me. This is you. This is us. Not the TV show. Okay. One last, I promise we're going to get a message from Wisdom of the Ancient Greek Pantheon, Mythic Oracle. We're going to get a message from this lovely redheaded fire goddess, whoever she is. Just one final wrap up, not 3 cards, just one for you, Sagittarius, for June 2021. Give us a beautiful final message for this reading. For whoever is watching, just help us to wrap it up in a pretty little bow and call it good. And in the highest good of all who watches this, always and only. Nope, I don't want that. No Apollo, stay in the deck. You're not the one I want. Give me a final wrap-up message, please, Spirit. I was going to say, if I fucking pull Apollo. Okay. I love this card. First of all, it looks kind of like Jason Momoa to me. Whatever you think of him, I don't know. He doesn't really turn my crank, but whatevs. This is Perseus and Medusa. Obviously, I love how they draw him, though. He is absolutely beautiful. Courage. But what I want you to notice is the number 42. Guess what? This beautiful wrap-up message is all about. 42, if you don't know, from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, look it up. There is a whole thing about it. The dude who wrote it knew his computer coding, because when they use 42 in computer coding, and I don't know that they still do, I have no idea. I'm not a computer, I'm not a tech person, but essentially, in layman's terms, what 42 represents in computer codes is whatever you want it to be. So what is this saying? What does this beautiful Aquaman wannabe saying? Actually, Aquaman would be a Perseus wannabe, right? He's gorgeous. But what is he saying then? That your life is whatever you want it to be. And the fact that it's coming, after that you're manifesting big things in your life, you're really stepping into who you truly are, your magic, your kung fu is really coming through, really shining through. And look at how bright and glowy you are. You have really made a ton of room for your soul to expand and for more light to come in June, in 1 month, in 30 days, you guys. I would say it's about 4 to 6 weeks is kind of the whole energy. And then we move into the next, And and so God, make sure you watch July's, because what's going to happen after this? I don't know. It's going to be fucking amazing. But he's basically coming through and saying, like, this is good. I'm trying to get a quick, like, it's very fiery behind him, right? Which is good in a good way. That is coming through as motivation, fire under your butt. You're going to be motivated to take this divine feminine energy and act on it with this fire energy and put it out into the world and really start start helping on a bigger scale and being the change maker you came here to be. Okay. And this is, I want you to notice how big he is. And she's kind of smaller down here in the corner. She's like looking down, and he's just very resolved. Like, he knows who he is. He knows what he's doing. He has already, in his mind, he has already slain her. Okay. And again, even though I don't want you to think of it as going to war, this is, you having already defeated all your shadows and already defeated all your enemies, right? Enemies, which is always us, right? You have no enemies but you. That's the raw truth, right? Like, anything standing in our way and blocking our path is us. All of it. Okay. So just know that he is already like I said, in his head, he's already like, well, I already did it. I already got her. And it also speaks to Luke, right? Like, this is just an aspect of him. It's his shadow. Okay. So this is literally Luke going in with his sword drawn, with his lightsaber drawn, and she's nothing. She's just like this wisp. She doesn't even exist, because he could slay her and realize that it was just a part of him. And so it's more important now. Again, that energy served us for a time. Now it is vitally important that we learn to allow, embrace, be grateful, right? Forgive. Self-forgiveness is absolutely enormous, you guys. Self-forgiveness is gigantic. And so forgive yourself for having shadows and love your shadows, and you will heal them. You will reincorporate them as part of you, versus this thing that's out here, or even this thing like an entity, right? That's all you too. Ultimately, it's all you. You allowed it in. You allowed it to attach on some level for some reason in your highest good. Okay. It's just up to you to figure out why, and then you can heal it. Okay. So, but what this final message really is saying is your life can be whatever you want it to be. It's up to you. Free will and all that jazz. Okay. I hope this helped, Sagittarius. I love this reading for you and for me. I mean, let's do this shit, you guys. Let's fucking do this. I am ready. This card is just like pulsating. Like, I can't even, I'm not even going to put this grid away for a while, because I just need to stare at him for a while, because this is huge. All right. So no more looking for approval, or more importantly, no more looking for disapproval to justify you lashing out and fighting and staying in that war. What this is about is shaking you out of that warrior energy, shifting you out of the fighting. Okay. Because we're done with that. And the more people we can kick out, like, think of it as this wheel, right? The Ferris wheel, it's going super fast, and you're going to be flown out because you're going to take your seatbelt off, because you're going to trust that you need to get off of this out of control Ferris wheel, and you're going to be thrown out. And I promise you're going to land in a soft place. And the more people we can get that Ferris wheel to kick off, the quicker we can shift all of humanity to that. Okay. Out of the war, peace. And let's face it, it's never actually peace. There's something going on somewhere. It's time to break free of that cycle. Okay. So what this whole thing is representing is you, is the universe and your guides and your own energy, right? Seeing that it's time for you to let go of the warrior. It's time for you to put down your sword. And so I do love that it's ending with this Perseus holding his sword up, because he's going to realize that that's useless against his own shadow. Okay. When really he should be, remember Peter Pan soaping his heels to try to stick his shadow back on? Really, that's what we need to be reincorporating and bringing the darkness back into the fold and letting it know how much we love it, because it's something that we put there that we're hiding from ourselves because we didn't think we could handle looking at it. And now we can. Now you can. Now you are strong enough. And again, this says courage. You've got everything you need, Sagittarius. You've got everything you need Just trust. Okay. Trust. Let the journey come to you. Do what you need to do, but always remember to move that consciousness out of the monkey mind, out of the chaos, down into your heart. That's huge. Okay. I love you so much. Have a great June. And I will see you next month for July. Remember to watch your sun, moon, rising Venus. They're all up now. So enjoy. And I will see you next month. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. You got this.